I believe they can win it this year. I think the Royals can win it. I think the team that we have this year is probably the strongest the Rajasthan Royals has ever put together. Sanju Samson for me will be the MVP. He'll be player of the IPL. Yeah, I mean, I think Steve Smith will be very excited to be back playing cricket. Yeah, I've had many roles with the Rajasthan Royals. The first 4 years was as captain coach. We managed to win the first ever IPL, which was pretty cool. Then I was a consultant for a few years. Then I came back as mentor last year, being around the cricket team and helping the players. So this year, when you think about the team that we have, everyone's available for the first round 10, 11 games, something around that. And the Rajasthan Royals has generally bought cheaper players, haven't spent the money. This year the owners have spent big money. And you look at the squad, you look at the international players that we have, you look at the Indian talent we have. I think the team that we have this year is probably the strongest the Rajasthan Royals has ever put together. And I think anything less than the playoffs is a disappointing year. And I believe they can win it this year. I think the Royals can win it. I think everyone's finally saying, actually, look at the Royals on paper. Suddenly you've got Archer, Stokes, Butler, Smith, Turner. You've got all these big players that are superstars on the world stage. So it's great to have them all at the Royals. A little bit of luck. Your big players, your big international players, or your big star players. If your big star players perform in the finals and the big games, you'll win. You know, most of the internationals need to win probably one game themselves from unbelievable, whether that's a Josh Butler, whether it's a Ben Stokes, whether it's a Josh Archer, Steve Smith, Ashton Turner, and so on. Whoever the 4 internationals play, who make the final 11, they probably have to win one game themselves. And then the other 3 or 4 games that you need to win and play the playoffs, that's a team effort. Everyone contributes. But your big player's got to win you one game off with the bat or the ball, or both. So if you do that, and then you get the finals, that's when your big players need to put their hand up and play a magnificent performance to help their team. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's experienced. He's got an older head on his shoulder for an inexperienced player, and we saw his talent. You know, he's got amazing talent. So yeah, we're very, very lucky to have him. It was a great pickup from the Royals to identify Ashton Turner. I think Turner will have a huge impact this year too. Well, I think Sanju Samson for me will be the MVP. He'll be player of the IPL. I think Samson is someone that by the end of the year, I'd be very disappointed if he's not playing in all forms of the game for India. I think he's absolute class, Samson. He's so good. So Samson would be one. Butler would be, Butler, we saw what he's capable of too. Ben Stokes is probably the best all-rounder in world cricket. So that's 3. Archer, look at Archer. He's bowling at the death, is as good as anyone. Then you've got Ajinkya Rahane. KG. KG's role with bowling up front, in the middle, with his batting at the end. It's very hard to limit it to just 5, but there's so many great players in the Rajasthan Royals. I think we'll have a big year. Is that 5? We'll say those guys. Oh, Steve Smith. I didn't even mention Steve Smith as well. I can't mention 5. I'm mentioning all of them. Yeah, I think Steve Smith will be very excited to be back playing cricket. I think he will be so hungry. I think he'll be determined and very passionate about playing the game. He just wants to get back amongst the team, get in there and play some cricket and show how good he is. He's one of the best players in the world. So we're very, very lucky to have him and looking for some big things from him this year. Well, I think the Rajasthan Royals will win it, so there's 1. Chennai have been the most consistent side through the IPL, so there's 2. I think Bangalore this year might actually finally do something, so I'll whack Bangalore in there. And Kolkata. I think Kolkata will sneak in and they'll be the top 4.